Welcome to Crypto Blurb for your daily crypto blurbs and bits.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Crypto Blurb for our first episode in the Newb Series. If you're a crypto noob, don't be ashamed of it. Do something about it. Check out our Crypto Newb Series where we're going to go over everything, starting with this episode today, that you need to know as somebody getting into Bitcoin or blockchain technologies. Check out our first video. It's a little Ledger Live expose we just uploaded to test the channel yesterday. So let's get into it. This is coming to you from Block Geeks. What is blockchain technology? They have a beginner's guide. If you guys want to check it out more in depth, we'll link in the description. Okay, guys? And don't forget, as always, like and comment what you thought about the video below so we can make things better. The blockchain is an invention, the brainchild of a person or group of people known by the pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto. But it has since evolved into the backbone of a new internet. By allowing digital information to be distributed but not copied, blockchain technology created that backbone. In this guide, they'll explain the blockchain technology and what it is, properties that make it so unique. If you guys, again, want to check this out, we'll link in the description so you can take a better look at the infographics that are displayed in this video. It shows a little bit of how blockchain is specific to the Bitcoin blockchain is used and how cryptocurrency becomes from it. The blockchain is an incorruptible digital ledger of economic transactions that can be programmed. Okay, that's the key word here. A blockchain in its simplest form is a timestamped series of immutable data that is managed in blocks that are typically displayed as a Merkle tree root. A blockchain carries no transaction cost, but does have an infrastructure cost. The blockchain is simple yet ingenious way of passing information from A to B in a fully automated and safe manner. Think of it like a railway company. We buy tickets on an app. The operator has to pay the app person and the credit card processing fees that go with it. If you move the entire ticketing process to the blockchain, the two parties in the transaction are the railway company and the passenger. No more middleman. The ticket is a block which will be added to the ticket blockchain. This verifies the authenticity of the ticket, and it allows to track the passenger for when and where they got off. The gig economy hub Fiverr charges 50 cents on a $5 transaction between individuals buying and selling services. The blockchain technology, the transaction is free. Ergo, Fiverr will cease to exist. Even recent entrants like Uber and Airbnb are not exceptions to this. Because blockchain transactions are free, you can charge minuscule amounts, say 1/100th of a cent for a video view or an article. These types of things are going to revolutionize platforms like YouTube, platforms like Vimeo, because as creators, we'll be able to sell our creations for micropayments, which nobody really minds paying to view good content. If you guys want to read this more in depth, I will link it up for you guys in the description. Again, this article is coming from Block Geeks. They are a very, very great way to get crypto information. Here they're talking about the three pillars of a blockchain, which are decentralization. You can see there's an infographic on what makes something centralized, which is most systems that we have today are centralized, where it has a single point of failure. You see the difference between the two icons there show that everything runs through the centralized port, whereas over here you have a decentralized network of nodes. Transparency is the second pillar of a blockchain, which is your public ledger. You'll see the SHA-256 codes that are there in the article. Those become your pseudonymous addresses that represent you. So while the person's real identity is secure, the address is still public and can be verified. So be careful where you share your public addresses, or they can and will track you. Pillar 3 is the immutability of the blockchain. The reason why the blockchain get this property is that the cryptographic hash function makes it so. In simple terms, hashing means taking an input string of any length and giving it an output of a fixed length. In the context of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, this is the SHA-256 code. As you can see, even a slight change in the input will drastically change the output. But it's always represented as a SHA-256 integer, no matter how much is inputted versus how much is outputted. As you see in this example, it talks about how such a small change, like just a capital letter, could drastically change the code, which would then drastically change the Merkle tree pattern and all of the block data. Thus, Bitcoin is ultimately immutable because the consensus would not allow for that. You would have to control more than 51% of nodes that run the network to change all of that information. At the same time, you'd have to control those. One of the main uses of the peer-to-peer network is for file sharing. You saw early adopters of peer-to-peer usability in BitTorrent, which is now a part of Tron, another cryptocurrency that we'll get into later if you watch more videos. The use of networks and nodes in cryptocurrencies is a function of the consensus mechanism that provides for the immutability and security of a blockchain. You see, a node in the context of Ethereum is very different. By keeping a shallow copy of the blockchain like a light client or a full copy as a full node, you can verify it. Who will use the blockchain? Anybody can use the blockchain. App developers will use the blockchain. You will use the blockchain eventually without even knowing it, because it will run smart contracts that run your phone. It'll run token economies where you will have your licenses and your IDs one day. You'll be able to vote, use governance, and supply chain auditing, being able to track systems, file storage. All great uses for blockchain technology that are already in development. The Internet of Things, microgrids for electricity and renewable energy, being able to control your own energy. KYC and AML laws, data management, title registrations, and stock trading are all possible on the blockchain. A lot of this is being worked on right now as we speak. But let's keep moving on here, guys. So next we're going to take you over to CoinDesk. It's got a very similar article. It's a little bit shorter, has a lot of the same infographics that will show you how blockchains work in a different way from the centralized systems that we use today. The reason I like CoinDesk is the articles are a little bit more well written, and they go from a different angle. Like in here, they really discuss how digital trust and authentication in today's current centralized systems don't leave for any type of privacy or security, really. Next, let's get into what Bitcoin is, because understanding the difference between Bitcoin and blockchain is a very big deal. Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency that runs on blockchain technology. Okay? Bitcoin has come very far in the short 10 years that it has been since its origination. Produced by the group Satoshi Nakamoto, group and or individual, we don't really know. As you can see, the price today is much higher than 5,495. This is an old article. Here's a key highlight. You know, the white paper was published in 2008, the Genesis block in 2009, Coinbase in 2012, the Mt. Gox hack in early 2014, BitLicense in New York in 2015, Bitcoin forks to Bitcoin Cash in 2017, SegWit in late 2017, and China bans Bitcoin in 2017. We had futures in 2017, and in 2018 in September, cryptocurrencies collapsed 80% from their peak in January 2018. Again, if you guys want to check out these articles, I will link them in the description. I will link the articles in the description for everybody if you would like to check them out after the video. Great things about Bitcoin: transactions are irreversible. This is great for everybody involved, for the merchant, for the customer. No more double spending, guys. It's permissionless too. You don't need anybody's permission to use your Bitcoin. Bitcoin doesn't judge. It doesn't care who you are. Where can you get Bitcoins? If you're a U.S. resident, I suggest using Coinbase just because it's the easiest. I will try to get a referral link in the description below if you guys want to sign up. Usually they'll give you some type of free cryptocurrency if you use a referral link. So don't forget to check that out in the description below. Unlike traditional currencies, Bitcoin is built on an immutable blockchain, and there is no case for inflation as only 21 million could ever be made. And those are running out. We're coming up to a halvening right now where half the amount will be mined. It makes it a very, very diminished asset. There's not a lot of it out there, and that's what brings it inherent value. Moving on to CNN, they have a similar article, very layman's, about what is Bitcoin. Be careful where you get your sources, guys. Obviously, there's an issue here. It was created in 2008 by an unknown persons or personage using the name Satoshi Nakamoto. But a lot of these hyperlinks that you're going to see down here to buy or sell Bitcoins, always do your own research. I am not a financial advisor, nor is this financial advice. You should always do your own research before investing in anything. Excuse me. But if you're looking for an easy read on what Bitcoin is, I suggest taking it to one of your favorite news sources. CNN has a decent one here. I would just fact check everything that you see on a major media outlet. And obviously, they have some open opinions, but we know what's going to happen, guys. Bitcoin's future is never in question. Success is on the way. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to this episode of the Crypto Blurb, your home for all your daily crypto blurbs and bits. As a little bonus, you can take out a few seconds of your day to check out Newsround and their article on how Bitcoin works. It's a little more in depth, shows a little bit about the QR code system if you're not familiar with QR codes. We'll try to get to a video later this month about that in the Newb Series. As always, you can buy Bitcoin using Coinbase, the app, or you can get on exchanges like Binance. This article should show you a few things. Again, beware of hyperlinks and always fact check, as there are a few misnomers in here as well. Again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Please drop us a subscription if you're new here. We are a new channel, and every little bit helps, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next week. Goodbye.